Something big is happening in Cincinnati, and if you're a Bengals fan, you're going to love this. A major sign just dropped that could mean huge progress in the Trey Hendrickson situation, and it starts with who he was spotted training with. But before we dive into the latest Bengals update, make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss breaking Bengals news. Let's get into it. Trey Hendrickson has been seen working out in Cincinnati, but here's the real headline. He wasn't alone. By his side, Sam Hubbard, the Cincinnati native, the fan favorite, the guy who lives and breathes Bengals football. This isn't just two teammates training. This is a message. Remember, just a few weeks ago, all talks between Hendrickson and the Bengals seemed to go quiet. After the headlines in May where he publicly voiced frustration, fans were left wondering, is Hendrickson done? But now, he's here. He's grinding. And he's doing it with one of the Bengals' most respected leaders. This is more than a workout. It's a sign Trey wants to stay sharp, stay local, and maybe stay a Bengal. And with training camp right around the corner, seeing him on the field, even unofficially, gives fans real hope that things might be headed in the right direction. Keep your eyes open. This could be the calm before a contract storm. The tension didn't just appear overnight. It built slowly, week by week. But back in May, it finally snapped. What started as quiet contract rumblings turned into a full-blown standoff. And Bengals fans, we were stuck watching it all unfold. We're talking about Trey Hendrickson, the Bengals sack leader, a cornerstone of Lou Anarumo's defense, now standing at a crossroads with the franchise. And the worst part, just as fans are gearing up for a potential playoff run, the one guy who consistently generates pressure might be ready to hold out. He didn't flat out say it in May, but he didn't need to. What Hendrickson did say spoke volumes. To say I'm going to sit out, or I'm not going to. What I can say is, I'm very disappointed with the communication that's been had. That wasn't just frustration, that was personal. He even mentioned how this situation affected his family, and hinted that it reminded him of how other players were treated in the past. This wasn't just about money. It was about respect. The real issue? Communication, or the lack of it. Ever since the NFL draft, the Bengals reportedly stopped engaging with Hendrickson, and now both sides look like they've mishandled the entire situation. But here's the twist. Seeing Sam Hubbard training with him this week changes everything. Could Hubbard be the bridge? The voice of reason between Trey and the front office? Maybe. Their bond is real, and right now, that might be the only thread holding this situation together. Because let's be clear, Hendrickson isn't trying to run away from Cincinnati. He's not unhappy with the city. He just wants a contract that reflects his value. And if the Bengals want to make a deep playoff push, keeping their top pass rusher locked in should be priority #1. Trey Hendrickson isn't just chasing sacks, he's chasing a Super Bowl in Cincinnati. He's made that clear time and time again. And the fact that he's still around, still training with Sam Hubbard, tells you everything you need to know. He wants to be here. That's what makes this whole situation so frustrating for fans. We're not talking about a player trying to force his way out. We're talking about a leader who wants to win right here, in this city, with this team. And instead of getting locked in and focused on football, we're stuck watching contract drama stretch deep into the summer. And let's be honest, until training camp officially opens, this story is going to dominate every Bengals headline. But why is it such a big deal? Simple. Because Trey Hendrickson is a game changer. Yes, the 17.5 sacks last season were eye-popping. But the stat that really tells the story? 92 quarterback pressures, the most in the entire NFL. That means 92 times he disrupted a pass play, forced a quarterback to rush his throw, or threw off the rhythm of the offense entirely. And when you look at the Bengals' defense last season, it's no secret where the cracks showed. Pressure. Outside of Hendrickson, no one consistently got to the quarterback. That left opposing offenses all the time in the world to convert on 3rd and longs. And that's where games slipped away. So yes, this contract situation matters. Not just because of what Trey wants, but because of what this team needs. Without him, that defensive line loses its edge, and any shot at a deep playoff run starts to feel a whole lot steeper. Every first down given up, every third and long that turns into a new set of downs. That's what happens when you lose a guy like Trey Hendrickson, and those moments add up fast. This isn't just about replacing a player. It's about trying to replace a one-man wrecking crew. Let's break it down. Hendrickson didn't just lead the NFL with 92 total pressures. He also led the league with 46 quick pressures. That's pressure within 2.5 seconds. That's elite-level disruption. And those 17.5 sacks? Only one less than the entire rest of the Bengals defense combined. Let that sink in. Some fans think the Bengals can manage without him. But let's be real. You don't replace production like that with just scheme and rotation. You need a force. And right now, Hendrickson is that force. Now look, no one's saying this situation hasn't been messy. Joe Burrow himself even admitted it's a distraction. And he's right. This isn't how you want to enter a season with Super Bowl hopes on the line. But from Hendrickson's side, you can understand the frustration. He's not making what players with similar numbers are making. Not even close. At his age, this might be his last chance at a big deal, and from his view, he's earned it. Still, sitting out only hurts the team. Hendrickson's voice deserves to be heard, but so does the locker room stability. That's why this situation needs to be handled now, not later. Because if both sides don't find a way forward fast, the Bengals risk entering training camp with the shadow of their most dominant defender looming over everything. Trey Hendrickson isn't showing signs of slowing down, and the Bengals know that. But the threat of a holdout still lingers, and with training camp closing in, that cloud is hanging over everything. For Bengals fans, this has become a pattern. Key players in contract battles, uncertainty right before the season. It's frustrating. We want to be focused on football, on the field, on the chase for a ring. But in all this drama, there's still one clear bright spot. Sam Hubbard. He's not just training alongside Hendrickson. He might be playing the role of a peacemaker. Their bond goes back years. And if anyone can remind Trey what it means to be part of this defense, part of this city, it's Hubbard. The fact that Hendrickson is still working out in Cincinnati, still surrounded by teammates, still putting in reps, that says something. He's not acting like someone who wants out. He's acting like someone who's just waiting to be heard. And that's the silver lining. The connection is still there. The passion for this city is still there. Now it's just about closing the gap, getting the deal done, so the Bengals can head into camp with their full arsenal ready to go. Because once that whistle blows and the pads come on, distractions need to disappear. This is a team built to contend. And that window? It's open right now.